This is Mark Andreessen, probably one of the richest people that you and I don't know. He graduated from the University of Illinois in 1993 with a degree in computers and then sold Netscape in 1998. Since then, he has become an investor. He has become what is known as a super angel investor. He's one of the guys who Mark Zuckerberg went to when he needed money for Facebook. Why do I bring this up? I bring this up because this is how you make big money. You invest in companies as an angel investor as they are just starting out. Well, how do you do that? Probably you and I don't do that unless we're walking our dog one day on Pine Street in Seattle, Washington, when we run into Mark Zuckerberg and he offers us to invest in his startup company. But that doesn't happen. But we do have opportunities, and that's what I want to talk to you about, how you can invest in pre-IPOs.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Okay, so I'm not an angel investor, and neither are you. No one knocks on my door and says, hey, you got $1 million or $10 million to invest in my startup, and I probably wouldn't be interested if they did. But nonetheless, I'm not of that caliber, and I doubt if you are. But if you are, good for you. So how do we get involved in that? Well, I was interested. I didn't ever have an opportunity when I was a financial advisor. It's nothing they ever discussed. So I looked into it, and I found a company that actually goes out and buys the shares from employees or suppliers who have the shares and want to cash out before they IPO. It's a company by the name of Dizraptor, Dizraptor. I did a video not long ago on it, and I showed you how I went and explored buying some SpaceX, Elon Musk's space company. But I wanted to show you in a more in-depth look at what they have to offer. They actually have sponsored this video. But I want to show you their app, and then I want to show you their YouTube channel. They do some phenomenal stuff. It's a very high-quality video. I wish I could produce videos of that caliber. But first, let's start with their app. It's an app that's on your phone, and you can access it at any time you want and see what they have to offer and see the details of it. And then I'll take you to my computer and show you their YouTube channel. This is my Dizraptor app on my phone. And I just touch it, and it comes up, and it comes up to SpaceX, which we've talked about in the past. But what I wanted to show you is some of the other opportunities that they present. This is GraphCore. It's a developer of fast AI chips. A valuation of about $3.5 billion, a price of $6.83. Skyrise, I'm not real familiar with. It's aircraft piloting automation, a $520 million at a price of 20. The one I wanted to look at here is StoreDot. This is, I think, has a real future because it's dealing with a real problem. It's a faster way to charge not only your batteries in your phones, but also in your car. And this is going to be very important in the future. So I think that's worth looking at. Here's another one I have an interest in, and this is vertical farming. I have a friend who actually is converting old warehouses into vertical farming. And this is a $2.3 million company and about a $55 price tag. Boring is all about underground tunnels. Elon Musk has gotten into this. And this is then another one of Elon's companies that you've probably heard of, Neuralink. It's right now valued at about $6 billion and a $40 price tag. What this is, if you haven't gotten into it, I've read quite a bit about this. Elon believes that we can basically embed a chip in the back of our neck and and connect to a computer so that our mind, what challenges me on this is what would be the purpose of going to school, particularly grammar school, if of all of Google was available to you. What I want to do is take you and show you, they have a YouTube channel that does some phenomenal videos. So I want to take you and show you that. So that gives you some more in-depth information about these particular pre-IPOs that are available. This is Disruptor's YouTube channel. Just type in YouTube Disruptor, and it's spelled with a D, D-I-Z-R-A-P-T-O-R. Although they say just a bunch of nerds passionate about investing disruptors. Disruptors is a private company that is changing the world. And what they do is they do some phenomenal videos and well-produced videos about the subject matter that they speak to on their app. As you can see, this is one relative to plugging your mind in. This would be Elon's company. Here they have some about genetic engineering. Then something that's quite unique is they have a whole series where their CFO or CEO does a wonderful job of explaining how the process works and how they acquire shares in these pre-IPO companies and then make them available to you. In fact, I'm working on setting up an interview with him to get more in depth. There's a very neat one here about robotics. They're doing a lot on 3D printing. And then I just discovered this. These are shorts. Let me just click on, I really kind of liked this one on 3D printing.
3D printer? What can you build with a 3D printer? What if we told you that bio ink from a combination of stem cells and collagen was used to 3D print a human cornea in 10 minutes? That pasta is produced through the cryogenic grinding of raw materials, and yes, it is edible. Jewelry, dishes, shoes, cars, furniture, and many other things can also be easily 3D printed. But most importantly, people have learned how to construct real housing with an ordinary copy machine. Follow to learn how 3D houses get printed now. These houses are 3D printed. In 2018, a company called Icon became known for building a community of 50 homes in Tabasco, Mexico, as part of a project to help end global homelessness. The families in the rural areas received comfortable 500 square foot homes on a 0% mortgage rate and a payment of $20 per month over 7 years. All the houses come completed and ready to live in. Local contractors installed plumbing, water supply, and electricity. Another high-profile project of Icon is the world's largest new property development in Austin, Texas. It will feature 100 single-story houses printed on-site, and the first houses are already for sale, although construction started only in 2022. One such house will cost a prospective buyer $450,000.
So as you can see, there's some pretty interesting stuff on this YouTube channel. And I think it's a complete package. That's what I like about it. I can go to the app, I can see what they have available, and then I can come here and I can get some background material on the companies that they offer. So in essence, it's the full package. I don't have to do a lot of research or to at least bring my knowledge base up. I can learn about the company, and then I can go from beyond that to see if it's something I really want to invest in. I invited Mark back because I wanted to emphasize this isn't for everybody. In fact, you have to be an accredited investor to invest with Disruptor, and that means you have to have a manageable portfolio. You have to be able to prove you have a portfolio of over $1 million, or that you've had a annual income in the last 2 consecutive years of over $200,000. So it's not for everybody. I'm going to put a link in the description to the Disruptor app. And then I'm also going to put a link to their YouTube channel. And I want you, particularly if you're an accredited investor, Educate yourself on this. Understand it and see if it doesn't fit your future investment objectives. But nonetheless, it's something that as an investor you need to know about and you need to explore. It's very profitable. How profitable is it? I looked up Mark on Wikipedia, and Mark and his wife, it seems just recently in 2021, bought the most expensive home in California. It went for a mere, I believe, if I remember right, $117 million. So Mark's doing okay on this, particularly as a graduate of the University of Illinois. I grew up in the University of Illinois. I was on that campus all the time as a young high school student, but I never ran into Mark. In fact, I wasn't there when Mark was there. But it's interesting to understand the field of investing, to understand to make the big money, you got to get in the beginning. And that's why I say invest in the future. Don't invest in the present. The present is what current valuations are. What you're looking for is a company that the market has not recognized its valuation. Much as this Mark did, he teamed up with Mark Zuckerberg when probably it was just getting out of the Harvard dorm room and was coming into something that was manageable. Probably even before they knew how to monetize it. But that's what Disruptor's all about. I hope that you recognize that's what this channel's all about. Presenting different opportunities to you, opening your eyes up and educating you as to how the stock market, how the investment markets work. Where we play in Wall Street, we don't stand a chance to make the fortunes that Mark did. The only way you can is do what Stanley says. Never, ever invest in the present market. Invest in the future. Okay? That's what this YouTube channel is all about. We're the best of us investors, and we want to become even better at it.